What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Joyce, Daniel Dubois. This is my official prediction of this fight. First, let's give the tale of the tape. We have 23 for Dubois, 35 for Joyce, 15 fights for Dubois, 11 for Joyce, 15 wins by knockout, 14 wins by knockout, and we have 10 big wins by knockout from Joyce. We got 6'5" for Dubois, 6'6" for the Juggernaut. Weighed in last fight, what was that? 20 stones and 17 stones. I don't know that off the top. 70-inch reach for Daniel Dubois, 80-inch reach for Joyce. Orthodox stance, Dynamite versus Juggernaut, both British. Now, a lot of people favor, the betting odds favor Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois, is knocking people spark out, and he fought Mr. Gorman, and he took Gorman out in 5 rounds, I believe. And, what I think about this fight, a lot of people are going to be surprised on who I pick. I actually pick Joyce. Okay, the reason why I picked Joyce is because of the experience. Okay, and I think it's the urgency also. Daniel Dubois is hungry. He is a good fighter. He kind of puts you in the mind of a Frank Bruno in his prime, or Anthony Joshua a couple years ago when he was really big and he was knocking people out the same way. I think Joyce will rise to the occasion. I think he's been in there with better opposition. He's got farther, more experience. And I think the only problem I have with Joyce is he gets hit a lot. Okay, so if he can't take those punches, people, you've heard it here first, he will be knocked out because he will be hit. Okay, Daniel Dubois will hit him, but I think Juggernaut has an appropriate name. I think he'll be able to take those punches, and I think he has Mr. Ismael Solis, in his corner to stay away from some of those dangerous punches. Okay, so I hope he adheres his training and remembers that training when his adrenaline gets up in there against Triple D. Okay, now I know Daniel Dubois is one of the best prospects right now. Definitely a great novice that wants to ascend to that contender level. But he has a great choice and a great opponent in front of him. An undefeated guy that's 35 that has everything to lose. See, if Joyce loses 35, when do you think he'll get another opportunity? He has to beat Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois necessarily don't have to beat him because he has time to follow through with the rest of his career because he's young enough. Okay, Joyce doesn't. So I think Joyce will be at this fight a bit more. Now, he could get knocked out if he can't take the punch. I got to say that again. So I don't want anyone to think that I'm delusional, but I'm going for Joyce because I think Joyce will work on his game plan of and stand away from those punches and not getting hit, okay? And dragging him into deep waters. Deep waters for Daniel Dubois is 7, 8, 9, okay? That's when he's going to be really tested. Let me look up Daniel Dubois real quick. All right. And I can prove to you what I mean. Daniel Dubois, he has 15 fights, right? 14 by knockout. But if you pay attention to his record, second round knockout, first round knockout. He got a 5th and a 4th, second round knockout. 10 rounds he went for the first time, okay? And that was against Kevin Johnson. 5 rounds, 3 rounds, 2 rounds, 1 rounds, 2 rounds, 1 rounds, 2 rounds, 1 round. Okay, so he's used to knocking these guys out quick. That means he doesn't play with them. That means he's a pretty fast starter. That means he does have power. We've heard the things, we've heard the rumors that he's done to other fighters. I don't have to mention names. However, I think at this particular point, I think that 10-round fight against someone like Juggernaut will be paramount. I think Juggernaut will take him, and I don't think he will hurt him like people will think he'll hurt him. I think he'll pay attention to his last fight. Brian Jennings is a tough Philly fighter that went to the body and hurt Daniel Dubois. I think Joe Joyce will exploit the body at the same time, getting away, avoiding those punches, and then taking it to the young fighter, taking that gas out of his tank. And then I think that's what's going to be the biggest factor. I think Joe Joyce will upset Daniel Dubois. Will I put money on it? Hell no. However, I will pick Joe Joyce to win this fight. I just have a feeling that Joe Joyce is going to surprise a lot of people. And the hype of Daniel Dubois won't be overrated. I think it'll just be too soon. But anyway, that's my counterpunch, my prediction on Daniel Dubois versus Joe Joyce. Please leave your comments below. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.